Hey everyone, welcome back to Bugsmashers. Whole new year, same old bugs. Well, new bugs. We're actually still in the good old new office, and if you hear some construction, don't mind it. Show must go on. Let's get started. Bugsmashers! Hey everyone, welcome to our lovely test level. As you can hear, we have good old construction noise going, so bear with us. Oh, it stopped. And we had a little bug in 2.1 where, as you can see, I can shoot, no problem. Cool. But when I go over to my dedicated server, I detach a few things. As you can see, all my guns are gone. Cool. Now I'm going to simulate repair. So I'm going to repair all my guns. Now I get them back. Woo! Oh no, I can't fire. No! So you get your wings blown off, you get your guns shot up, you go land on a repair bay, get your guns back, and now you can't shoot them. Why? So let's take a look to see what was happening. Well, here in our lovely item code, we have this thing called the shared item manager. This guy's job is to basically select a port on the weapon. So in this case, my Hornet, and this is my item port for the gun. This authority basically says if whether or not the pilot or the co-pilot or the guy in the back should be able to use this item. And let's go over to, here we are. This is our function that gets called when our items get attached. So let's detach all of our guns and simulate repair again. Oh no, the breakpoint didn't get hit. Good old, let's try this again. What's happening? Why? What is happening? Oh. I broke the vehicle. All right, coming back from that. I put in some debug code and I forgot to reset. All right. So we're back here with our weapons. They can shoot. We detach it. Woo, goodbye. Now we're going to repair everything. And when we get called on this use shared item manager, aha, we hit our breakpoint. So now we're adding that item back onto the item port because we repaired it. Let's see what happens. So we have an authority. The authority is basically going to be some logic that indicates if and who should be using this thing. In this case, it's the pilot. So we'll step into there. In our current authority, we have an authority we are using. So we just added this thing. We've given the okay that the pilot should be able to start using this item. So now that we have used it, we're going to go say, what should we do, Mr. Authority Manager? Whew. Since we are the server, we are going to check to see if our authority has changed. And oh no, our authority is exactly the same. And because our authority is exactly the same, it won't refresh the state of the item. So the item, for all intents and purposes, will never get used because the item manager thinks it's already in the valid state. So, and that's going to happen for all of our lovely items. It's going to kill the ship. And we're going to go back. So what we need to do here is, under some condition, we need to re-grant the authority or refresh the item state, and the authority will basically call start use. Start use is, hey item, I'm using you, I'm the pilot, and like things for the weapon will be like, oh, you're using me, so when I press this button, listen to my attack and start shooting. Cool. So we're gonna refresh it by indicating that we lost it and then gained it again. So we'll lose it and then we'll gain it. And we need to do this only if we have a valid authority, if we are using, and we have to have an item on this port. So we have an authority, we have item. Oh, give me my item. And that item has to point to an actual entity. The P item here is just an information about the actual entity item. It's like an extra bit of memory for our authority. And we need to make sure that our item is not used. So when we hit this block of the code and we have an actual authority piece and we have an actual item, and the item use state is not equal to what the authority use state is, we need to refresh that logic so that we can actually start use on the item. Now this is good for the server, but we also need to do the same bit of information on the client, and that's where this bit of code happens. So the server will do that information. It will tell the network to flush and send all that information to the client. Now the client will come here, and they're going to have the same problem because for all intents and purposes, nothing has changed. However, we got a new item on there, so we need to refresh everything. So we are going to should refresh based on item. So we're going to say that our authority has changed even though it hasn't, so that way we could get the same code setup where it loses its authority and gains it again, so that way we could, refresh our state. There we go. So if we have an authority, have an item, and it's not equal to our current use state, we are going to refresh. All right. So let's give that guy a recode. Oh, I love recode. Sip my coffee. And if this works out, I'll get my 7 quarterly portions.
You don't get 7.
I get 7.
1 quarter portion.
Do you see this sticky? It says 7. It says 7. 7. I get 7 quarter portions. All right. So we spawn. We could shoot. And we'll detach everything. Oh no, our guns are gone. Now we'll simulate repair. Wham. And I can shoot again. Haha. So now, when you get your wing blown off, your gun blown off, and you go repair, you can expect that gun to work again just as it is. This will actually fix another fun issue where if for some reason we have to detach and reattach during item serialization, so when you spawn in we have to do a lot of weird stuff. Sometimes in your standard playing where you initially spawn, you can't shoot or use your actual guns or items, and this was the cause of that. So this sucker fixed 2 things. One, when you repair and add everything back, you can shoot again, and during the initial spawn, sometimes your guns wouldn't work. So 2 for 1. I think that's worth 7 shekels, or quarterly portions.
1 quarter.
7. All right.
All right, go ahead.
What?
I said it's okay to go ahead.
I can't hear you. There's construction.
It's all right to go ahead.
All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this bug. It was a little fun thing with our item authority. You know, when you reattach, or I'm sorry, when you detach and reattach, it just was like, hey, you're in the same state. I'm not gonna, you know, reset you. Everything's good. But in reality, it didn't call start use, so you couldn't actually use the gun, you couldn't use the items. So we fixed that bad boy up, and it fixes, you know, your weapons when you repair and when you initially spawn in, so everything's good to go. Hope you guys enjoy, and I hope you guys destroy things, repair, and get your quarterly portions. It's worth 7. All right, see you guys later.
This video made possible by the ICC Stellar Surveyors and subscribers like you.